Hey, are you tired of not knowing who's real, what influencers actually have a following, and who's just been growing their audience by bot, spam, that new crypto project that you just heard about, if their account is full of bots and blowing up their numbers, or if they've actually grown a real audience? We don't want to get rug pulled. The market's bad enough right now. It's May 18th, 2022 at the time of recording this, and the big controversy right now is how much bot and spam is on Twitter. Elon Musk put his deal on hold until they can confirm that. And Twitter's saying, hey, it's way too hard to tell if someone's a bot or a human. And everybody's getting in on this. And we all think they're asking the wrong question and having the wrong debate here. It's not a matter of if they're a bot or if they're a human. It's about the engagement. So we're seeing these engagement farms as we look at ego networks on mainline. And we'll get into that in just a second here. But essentially, what you want to see is a nice, big, healthy, decentralized network for someone's Twitter account or a post or a hashtag or things like that, where you see that it's coming from a bunch of different little audiences rather than everybody grouped in this little tiny echo chamber where all the dots are in this tiny little circle. And that is a very big indication of those spam engagement farms. And whether they're real people on the other side or if they're bots, it doesn't matter. These are what's contributing and money in the waters for social media. So let's just dive in. Preston's going to walk us through how the mainline ego map is going to help you figure out who's real, who's fake, who to listen to, and who to stay away from so you don't get rugged anymore. Ready? Let's dive in. Is that the ego network that you have up?
Yes, yeah. So it's Sir Jerry's ego network.
It looks like it's basically concentrating those two balls.
Yeah, what's happening here, he tweeted this thing that got a lot of retweets. So these are all the retweeters of that tweet here. And he's big because that happened, right? His node is big because there's a lot of edges drawn to him because of that. A lot of people retweeted tweet here.
And just the red dots are the account, and then the blue dots are the tweets, right?
Yes, and it absolutely can get a little confusing there because things draw edges to different things too. For example, the tweets are what draws an edge to a hashtag. So
an edge, you mean the line that connects it to?
Yeah, exactly. On the map, an edge is literally, the line that connects one to the other. And what it means is it's an interaction, right? So for example, the edges here that are being drawn are all of these users are retweeting this guy. So all these lines here are basically user retweets user. And so you're able to see the kinds of interactions. So we're working on different colors for those different things. So it's these colors, these are all retweet edges. So they would be a different color than a quote or a reply or some other kind of interaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then stretching the definition of interaction, but a tweet has hashtag or has link or has media. And so that's the type of edges you'll see from a tweet, right? You'll see it drawn to a piece of media or to a link. So if I click the ego network of a hashtag, the only thing that a hashtag connects to, at least right now, is a tweet. So what that'll do is pull up all the tweets that use that hashtag. And we had talked about before, you notice I use this hashtag bounty. Well, in the topic of crypto crash, that's a pretty insular hashtag. No one's really using it in many places in the topic. So if we go over to maybe, I don't know, a larger hashtag. Oh, look at that, Marvin Inu. Let's see. I'm guessing there won't be much spread there either. Yeah. So on the crypto crash map, that's the thing is you got to think about it at a topic level. So if I went in the Marvin Inu map and clicked the Marvin Inu hashtag, it would be connected to pretty much everything on the map. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. But then when you drill down into different map topics that you're looking at, it contains it within
that
type of thing.
Yeah. So it's all happening at basically a topic level. And the things that we put in a map are what it's compared to, if that makes sense.
Would look at a Luna map right now and pull up the hashtag bounty. We'd probably see a lot of tweets looking for Do Kwon's head.
Right. Yeah. So check this out. Marvin Inu hashtag on the Marvin Inu map. If I click the ego network of this, it's everywhere, right? Because this map, this topic is Marvin Innu. So
Right.
all of everything on this map is going to be Marvin Innu. So you would expect it's almost like a control sample of, well, this hashtag should be probably the most widespread one. Just a Marvin Innu user should probably be the most widespread one too.
And that's a good way to see the health. Let's say looking at the Marvin Innu project, or if you're looking at a different project, you want to see that the account and then the main hashtag for that account is getting that spread across many different audiences and areas of the network. And that shows good, healthy account versus if you're pulling that map up and you look and it's concentrated into smaller areas. You're, a lot of stuff going around in that echo chamber, but it's not getting out to the wider community that would actually translate to new investors or new people coming into the project.
Yeah, and a lot of it will depend again on what you're choosing to map. Right now, we're presupposing that by having topics that we have constantly evolving maps where we're continuously running the math that gives us the sizes and all the fun data stuff. But yeah, what you just said pretty much is it. So for example, I'm on DAOmaker's map here, and they're relatively low velocity conversation. Obviously, it's a different kind of project than a meme coin type of project. These guys are posting a lot less frequently. It seems they're doing it at much more of a campaign level per listing. The Step app was a big one for a while. The Maradona NFT, the soccer NFT, that was really big for a minute. Here's the Step app again. I can look and I can say, okay, let me look at the Ego Network of a tweet they posted, right? Because that's this tweet here, DAOmaker posted it, cool. All right, you do get a lot of that sort of echo chamber user interaction. And you get some, obviously the Step app account hopefully would interact with that tweet. I don't know what that is. That doesn't necessarily look a real account. So you got a relatively limited engagement in DAOmaker itself, in the DAOmaker concept, all the keywords we're listening for, which is literally just DAOmaker. So there's not very much crosstalk. This is a whole different project, Hackless. And look, all the interaction of it is happening right there, only there. It's not really spreading across. And so, yeah, clicking the Ego Network here on this tweet, right? They're listing on DAOmaker, or they're asking about DAOmaker. And to be fair, maybe DAOmaker doesn't want that amplified, just when 8borg finds its way on the Marvin maps. You don't want the Marvin community amplifying it. You want the opposite, actually. You want other stuff to be amplified because these guys are crowding up your airwaves right now. Look at how much of the map they're taking. Obviously, the average Twitter user, we don't know what they're experiencing because ultimately the algo is what's deciding what to show them. But what we can know is that these guys are taking up your airwaves. They are using your keywords. Anybody that comes across your keywords otherwise may come across these things. And you probably want to organize this at some level. And that's, again, one example that the Marvin map is always a really interesting one. You notice how many big red circles there are? That's because there's a lot of users that are really making it a point to engage. Look at that. Holy shit. 26 followers, view Ego Network on that. That means this person interacted with all these other users. They retweeted them, replied to them, all these tweets they retweeted to, replied to, and any one that I select is going to be on the Marvin map. And then the Marvin account itself, that's everywhere else too, right? So again, they're very obviously different projects. And obviously you can see DAOmaker's account here does have a lot of engagement across the map. It's just it's less. There's less kind of coordinated promotional type material.
Yeah, so let's take a little pause on all that and go into a little bit more, because with the Hackless on that DAOmaker map coming in as a project owner, seeing that, I might want to hop on that hashtag a little bit more, or maybe go in and take a look at that account and see if, maybe this is something that I want to interact with. And me as DAOmaker want to make sure that my voice gets put into that conversation, because it does look, it's opening up a big conversation with a different audience.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
it could be good for Downmaker, or it could be something where I want to get a tweet or a message out there that kind of distances myself from that. If people are searching for Downmaker, but Hackless keeps coming up because it has that large concentrated area right there, people are also still going to see an official Downmaker tweet that kind of gives our position on this to make sure that either we do or do not cross lines depending on that kind of project.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. So I guess the way that I heard that is, on one hand, you might look at this, look at the ego network of this tweet, see that only Hackless community retweeted this. None of the DAO community engaged with this that we can see on this map anyway. So question, do we want these people in our community? If so, then exactly what you said, maybe in the evangelist mode, we would add this tweet to the queue. And one thing we talked through yesterday was giving the option of what kind of amplification do you want on this tweet? So the admin will be able to say, okay, I want you to reply into this or quote tweet this, rather than just retweet or favorite this. And it's a bit of a higher ask to ask someone to do original content. So maybe you give them kind of an option, or you say, hey, I would prefer this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Would that be a flow of that use case?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a really interesting way to start using Mainline as a project owner, as someone interested in a project. And when you see those abnormalities, that it gives you a little breadcrumb to follow. So now I might want to go look into Hackless and see if, oh, do I want them part of our project as Downmaker, or would this be a good influencer or complementary project that we could do some cross promotion for? And I can jump into the Hackless map and see, oh, is everything concentrated into those little bubbles it was on our Downmaker map? Or once I go actually into theirs, do I see a nice big spread in the Marvin Inu project where I'm like, oh, dang, that could really open up some new audiences for us. So that's one of the powers of Mainline here, is it gives you those little breadcrumbs that you keep following so you can get back to Grandma's house.
Yeah. No, I really like that. It's come up in my head a lot where it's crap. If every community could basically get it locked down to this level here, I feel like you would have potentially a lot more growth of legit projects that even us, we don't have this level of organization around our community, nor really the easy ability to find more people, more fellow. We need help us, DGens. Cool. I feel we covered some really interesting things here.
Those were some good insights and nuggets for reading these maps better, because, you know, if you're just coming into Mainline for the first couple times and not a data nerd that's been playing in this, it can look intimidating and overwhelming. I know the first, few times that I've jumped into this, I'm like, wow, where do I even start?
Yeah.
Just having that idea and seeing some of those things, knowing that the red dots are accounts, purple dots are hashtags, and then those like blue ones are tweets. What about that green? I see a green dot.
Yeah, so these are cash tags, which are tickers, basically.
Yeah, so that's another important one to see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, even on the Downmaker map here, as you were talking, is with hashtags, all this kind of stuff. It's like, oh, neat, move to earn. Okay, so they're obviously, it wouldn't be very hard to figure that out, but obviously move to earn is really big for them, and FitFi is really big for them across their community. It seems FitFi in general matters to their community, matters to them. But yeah, I think this is interesting stuff.
Hey, sorry about that abrupt ending with Preston at the end. Internet connection cut out, did something wonky, so that's where the video stopped for us. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something really cool. There's a lot of great stuff that we're building in Mainline, and we need your help. We want this to be something that finally shows the truth of social media, finally exposes all the people who've been manipulating the system and doing the wrong things and making money, exposure, building up authority based on a false premise here. So please check out getmainline.com, join our Discord, join our Telegram, check us out on Twitter, wherever you want to see us. We're going to be around. We'll put some links in the show notes here, but please check it out. We need your help to do this. This is a worthwhile fight and cause. It's going to be better for you. It's going to be better for me. It's going to be better for everybody if we can keep spreading the word about this and show more people how Mainline can actually help you find the truth in social media. Until next time, guys, Frank Wally with Mainline. Have a great rest of your day.